What if I told you that you've spent your entire life surrounded by dark energies without even realizing it, and that a simple red thread tied around your left wrist could have been your shield, if only you knew how to activate it? Think about it. Have you ever felt like someone was looking at you with envy? Or like something invisible was blocking your path, draining your energy, or dimming your light for no clear reason? That's not a coincidence. For centuries, thousands of people have worn a red thread on their left wrist, not just as decoration, but as a form of protection, a sacred energetic seal. But here's the problem. Today, that symbol has become just an empty fashion trend. People wear it without intention, without ritual, without awareness. And what few realize is that if you wear it the wrong way, it can even open doors you don't know how to close. In this video, you'll discover what it really means to wear a red thread on your left wrist, why cultures all over the world use it to protect the soul from the evil eye, envy, and heavy energies, and how to activate it properly so it stops being just a string and becomes a real, invisible shield. But that's not all. I'm also going to reveal the secret of the red thread that connects souls destined to meet, a silent pact made before birth, a thread that's invisible but never breaks. So listen closely. If you're watching this video, it's no accident. Maybe the thread is already calling you, and today you'll find out why. Share in the comments if you've ever worn a red thread or felt that someone came into your life for something bigger than chance. Your story might resonate with many others who are waking up too. Although many associate it with modern spirituality or recent trends, the red thread on the left wrist has roots lost deep in history. It doesn't belong to just one religion or culture. This symbol has traveled across centuries and continents, showing up in very different civilizations that share the same energetic understanding that invisible forces surround and influence us. One of the best-known origins of the red thread comes from Jewish Kabbalah, an ancient mystical branch of Judaism. According to this tradition, the red thread is tied on the left wrist because that's where negative energy enters the body. The original ritual even included wrapping the thread around the tomb of Rachel, a spiritual protector, before tying it on. But that's not where the story ends. In India, the Kalava or Mauli, a sacred red thread, sometimes combined with yellow or orange, is tied on the wrist as a symbol of blessing, protection, and connection to the divine. In some Hindu traditions, the thread is blessed during ceremonies and placed on the wrist after calling on the gods to guard against negative forces and attract inner purity. Similar practices exist in the Andean cultures of South America, where a red thread or ribbon is used to protect children from the evil eye, especially newborns who are more sensitive to outside energies. And surprisingly, even Tibetan Buddhism has a tradition of blessing a red cord given by lamas after protection ceremonies, worn as a reminder of the spiritual path. What does all this tell us? That ancient wisdom understood not everything that affects us is visible, that the body has energetic entry points, and that the left wrist, connected to the heart, is one of them. The red thread wasn't just a meaningless object, but a tool to seal, protect, and remind us of who we really are beyond the physical. So, do you feel there's something invisible inside you that needs protection? Behind this simple thread is something deeper than just a custom or a visual symbol. The red thread is a spiritual tool, a kind of energetic seal that protects the most delicate, invisible part of us, our vibration. Many mystical traditions teach that negative energy doesn't just come from outside. Sometimes it sticks to us because our inner frequency drops. Fear, guilt, envy, or judgment weaken our energy field, creating cracks where heavy forces slip in. The red thread serves an essential purpose. It's a constant reminder to stay present, protected, and aware. Why the left wrist? Because in Kabbalah, the left hand is the receiving channel. It's how the world's energy enters us. The right hand gives, the left hand receives. And if that channel stays open without direction or intention, it can bring in things we don't want or need. So the red thread works like an energetic door with a password, a subtle filter that blocks heavy energies and only lets in what aligns with your soul. But for it to work, it's not enough to just wear it. It has to be activated, given purpose. Every time you see that thread on your wrist, don't just think of it as an amulet. See it as a quiet promise you made to the universe to stay awake, protect your energy, and choose consciously what you allow into your inner world. And it's no accident that the thread has 7 knots. 7 represents spiritual connection, harmony between body and soul, and rising consciousness. Each knot can be seen as a point of intention, a vow, a protection, a wish to keep your light shining. What if that thread doesn't just protect you, but reminds you who you are when everything else makes you forget? It's not just a piece of string, it's an invisible bond between your purest energy and the purpose you came here to fulfill. Many people wear the red thread without realizing that if it's not properly activated, it has no real power because it's not the thread itself that protects you. It's the intention and energy behind it. In Kabbalah, one of the oldest sources of this practice, the red thread is blessed by first wrapping it around the tomb of Rachel, a maternal and protective figure in Hebrew tradition. She symbolizes love, compassion, and feminine strength that intercedes on behalf of others. The thread draws its spiritual power from this deep intention of protection, humility, and connection with the light. But you don't have to travel far to perform the ritual. What really matters is the inner state you bring to it. Here's the ritual step by step. 1. Clear your space and your energy. Light a candle, play soft music, or meditate briefly. Make sure you're calm and focused with a clear intention. 2. Choose someone who truly cares for you. Tradition says the thread should be tied by someone who wishes you well, who has pure energy and a kind heart. This person channels protection through the act. 3. As the 7 knots are tied, say a prayer or affirmation out loud. You can use a traditional prayer like Ben Porat Yosef, or simply say something like, "This thread is a seal of light." Each knot is a promise of protection, love, clarity, and truth. Nothing dark can touch me because my soul knows who it is. 4. The thread as a pact, not just decoration. Each knot is a barrier of pure energy surrounding your field, your heart, and your path. 5. Wear it with respect. It's not a lucky charm, it's a symbol of spiritual presence. Care for it as you would care for your own energy. And if one day it breaks, don't be afraid. It means it served its purpose. Maybe it absorbed an energy that shouldn't have reached you. Maybe it protected you quietly. Thank it, and if you want, start the ritual again. Remember, the red thread isn't the power. You are the power when you remember who you are. There's something even deeper than energetic protection, a secret passed down by sages for centuries. The red thread not only shields you from outside forces, it connects you to the eternal. Many ancient traditions speak of the red thread of destiny, an invisible bond that unites two souls destined to meet, no matter the time, distance, or circumstances. This thread may stretch, tangle, or tighten, but it never breaks. In Eastern philosophy, especially in Chinese tradition, this is known as the red thread of fate, or the red thread of the little finger, said to connect people destined for a deep, spiritual, and inevitable bond. Some legends say this thread is tied to the pinky finger at birth. Others say it's linked directly to the heart, passing through the left wrist. And what if it's true? What if those people who suddenly appear in your life, who change you, move you, awaken you, were already connected to you before you were born? The red thread can be seen as a silent reminder of the pact your soul made before incarnating. Maybe you wear it without knowing why, but something inside you resonates deeply with its presence. Maybe it's your soul remembering a path, a purpose, a union your mind hasn't yet understood. Many say that when they start wearing it with true intention, they begin to dream of strangers, feel unexpected connections, or notice subtle signs, chance encounters, synchronicities, repeated messages. It's not coincidence. The red thread activates a vibrational field, a place where energy aligns with the soul, where what seemed far away arrives, where the impossible becomes real. And no, it's not always about romantic love. Sometimes the red thread connects teachers, healers, companions on your path, awakeners of consciousness, people who come to help you remember who you are, even if it hurts, even if they're only around briefly. That's why it's so sacred, because beyond protection, the red thread reminds us of a love we can't see, a bond that goes beyond bodies and words, a silent call between souls seeking one another. Now, tell me, straight from the heart, have you ever felt someone enter your life unexpectedly with a purpose so deep you still remember it? Maybe that was the thread, and you felt it long before you even got here. Today, thousands wear the red thread without knowing its meaning. They see it online, buy it as a pretty accessory, or wear it like an automatic good luck charm. Without realizing it, they drain its power. But the red thread isn't magic by itself. It's a symbol that only gains strength when activated consciously. When you treat it as sacred, its energy wakes up. If not, it's just a simple string. So how should it be used right today? First, before putting the thread on, take a moment to pause and check in with yourself. Never put it on automatically. Create a moment of silence. Feel your energy. Ask yourself, why do I want to wear this thread right now? What am I ready to protect, remember, or seal? It doesn't matter if you're alone. The important thing is your intention. Second, activate it with an affirmation or a prayer. You don't need to recite sacred texts if they don't feel right for you. You can simply place your hands over the thread before putting it on and say out loud or silently, "This thread is a reminder of my light. It protects my energy, guides my steps, and connects me with what's true and good for me." By doing this, the thread stops being just something external and becomes an extension of your consciousness. Third, cleanse it energetically. Like any object charged with intention, the red thread can absorb energy. You can cleanse it with sage smoke, Palo Santo, or by leaving it under the light of a full moon. You can also pass it over quartz or place it on soil or sea salt for a few hours to clear any buildup. Fourth, pay attention to how you act while wearing it. This is key. If you wear the red thread while acting from ego, anger, or envy, you go against its purpose. You don't have to be perfect, but you do need to be mindful. The thread is like an antenna. It amplifies your energy. If you're vibrating high, it becomes a beacon. If you're vibrating low, it's just a cord that wears out. Fifth, know when it's time to let it go. The red thread isn't meant to last forever. When it breaks, don't see it as a bad sign. See it as a cycle coming to a close. Maybe it protected you from something. Maybe it already did its job. You can bury it, return it to the earth, or simply thank it before letting it go. In the end, the most important thing isn't the thread itself. It's what it represents. Your invisible connection to your energy, your purpose, your sacred bonds, and that part of you that always knew how to protect itself even before you consciously remembered. So now that you know this, are you going to put it on the same way again? Here's what you should remember. The red thread on your left wrist is not just a piece of jewelry. It's an ancient symbol, a silent reminder, a living protection, an energetic tool that connects your body with your soul and your soul with its purpose. When you wear it with awareness, it not only shields you from the evil eye, envy, or low vibes, it reminds you who you are when the world tries to make you forget. It's an invisible seal that says, I am present, I am awake, my energy is not available for what harms me. The red thread connects you to something bigger than yourself, to your conscious choices, your sacred bonds, and the people who were meant to find you. It's no accident that you're hearing this. Maybe you were called too. Maybe this message is the echo of something your soul already knew but needed to remember. And now listen closely. If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who wears a red thread but maybe never knew what it really means. Tell me in the comments what this thread means to you. Protection, destiny, a spiritual calling. Your story might inspire others who are awakening too. And if you feel this wisdom speaks directly to your soul, subscribe, because here we don't share superstitions. We share forgotten truths, ancestral wisdom, and soul reminders. Thanks for sticking with me this far, because if you're seeing this, it's not a coincidence. Maybe you and I have already been connected by an invisible thread long before this moment.